أنا اسمي فاتن مصطفى. أنا من الفاوندرز بتوع اطلاق، الجاليري اللي انتوا فيها النهارده. أنا مبسوطة قوي عشان في وشوش عمري ما قابلتها قبل كده، فواضح إن الندوة اتسوقت صح، وإنها جابت لنا مجموعة ناس معرفهاش، ومعظمهم شباب ومعظمهم فنانين وعايزين متهيألي يسمعوا اللي احنا هنتكلم عليه. الزعيمة كلير ديفيس اللي هتتكلم دلوقتي اللي هي هتقدمه. كلير من سنة very briefly I will be very brief. كلير من سنة تقريبا كلمتني، طبعا كلكم موجودين. هي هتقدم نفسها، هي من أكتر الناس اللي بتدرس تاريخ الفن المصري الحديث، ودي حاجة من اللي احنا أنا وهي مشتركين فيها، إن احنا بنعشق تاريخ الفن المصري الحديث. ومن سنة قالت لي إن هي بدأت مشروع اسمه محاولون، اللي هو actually جاي من تاريخ الثلاثينات. كان في مجموعة فنانين اسمهم لي زيسيست، وكلير حبت تنشط الموضوع ده وتسأل طيب ايه الوضع الحالي في مجال الفن الحديث في مصر، وازاي ممكن نطوره. وده الهدف من اللي هي خلقته، مشروع اسمه محاولون، مع فنانين شباب ومع ارت رايترز، مش عارفة بقى يعني الناس بتعمل ريسيرش على الفن، منهم أستاذ أحمد ناجي، أحمد شوقي، وفي حد ثالث معاهم. وإحنا قلنا أوكي كلير لو عايزة تعملي ذا لانش بتاعة الويب سايت، طلبت إنها تعملها هنا. قلت لها المكان بتاعك أي وقت تعالي، وطالما هنحط إيدينا في إيدين بعض ونحاول ننمي الفن التشكيلي المصري. معانا عليا حمزة النهارده، ومعانا أستاذ محمد طلعت مش عارفة هو فين. فمثالي دي من أول الندوات، وإن شاء الله تبقى ندوات كتيرة وتحصل باستمرار، إن الجاليريز، صحاب الجاليريز قاعدين مع بعض وبيفكروا مع بعض إزاي ننمي مصر والفن المصري والفن عامة. ويا ريت كلنا نبقى يعني نفكر مع بعض ازاي الفيوتشر، المستقبل بتاعنا يبقى كويس. فانا احب اشكر كلير، والمكان ده بتاعك. It's a great platform and I hand it over to you. يلا.
Thank you so much. Is this working? No. Oh. Okay. So, yes, thank you, Fatin, for being so generous with the space, and for the group of people working with you. And I want to begin with the way that Mhwln began about a year ago in June. It began with a set of questions. The questions were, what does it mean to do research on the history of contemporary art in Egypt? And this question opens on to many other questions. What is contemporary art in Egypt? What kind of dates would we assign to that period? Or is it something qualitative that has to do with the nature of the work? How much do we know about what has happened? Who knows what's happened? Who is there who can tell us about what's been happening even while we've been here but haven't realized? And so I began with a set of questions, and I moved on to a series of interviews with people I knew who were working in the field, who were familiar with what was happening, and also some of the people, actually I didn't have the opportunity to interview her at the time, but Christine Roussillon is here. Christine was the founder of a very important gallery in the 80s, and I mean the history is still here. The people who know about this period are still here, and the interviews were interesting in that they helped me focus on the richness of the resources that are still available now, and that I think as time goes on, some of those resources will disappear, will no longer be available. And so this is an exceptional moment we have right now to document what has been happening since the 1970s. I think this is the period that we're defining as contemporary art in Egypt. To document it, but also to think about it and to analyze it critically. And I think that is the dual task of محاولون, and it's indicated in the name. It's both a research project and a way of meditating on the research, or a way of considering and reflecting on the research that is found in the process. So it's both a critical endeavor and a research endeavor, an attempt to document a history that has existed but has never that has been discussed and but needs, I think, more engagement and more to be centralized in a way that people can access this as a history that exists and is a living history. Where we are now, so what we've been doing, محاولون is a group of researchers who've also been writing and for the past year, and they what we've put together thus far is a body of texts, and alongside those documents that were found while the researchers were producing the texts. The website, which Ahmed Shawty will show you in a minute, is just a place online where the texts that are produced by the group can be centralized so anyone can see them. Some of the resources we find are centralized. There's a timeline that's there as well. So this is just a way of an interface for people to understand, to get a sense of what's happening and to be able to share resources on this history. The event that we're having this evening was very much informed by some of the questions that came up in the last year. Questions about the art market, artists' relationship to the market, artists' relationship to galleries, the different kinds of models of galleries that are operating at the moment, the different kinds of art spaces that exist, the pressures that are put on all of those players in the work that they do. So I'm looking forward this evening to seeing what has been a research and a writing endeavor transform into a public event where people are actually talking, and it's a live kind of discussion of some of the things we've been thinking about for a year. I just want to point out some of the people who have been working this year, and then some of the names of the people have been, there's Ahmed Negi, Ahmed Shawty, they're all around here somewhere, but I'll just say the names. Amy Arif is here also, Shahab Awad is here, Abdallah Ghanem joined us recently, and Ahmed Wael, of course. So there's Sama Wali also. So it's a group of people, and I think that this idea of working as a group is very important to the idea, the concept of محاولون and what it represents. Because from my experience doing research on the history of modern Egyptian art, what moves things forward, what drives research forward is not working alone in a room by yourself, but it's actually the sort of a sense of curiosity about what you're doing, and a curiosity that leads you into places that you didn't think you would be in and that you don't necessarily feel comfortable with, but you end up going there anyway. But also having a group around you that you share your research with and your writing with, and you help develop your ideas with. And I think that those two principles, the idea of a kind of collective effort and a sense of curiosity that goes beyond the sort of safety zone of people's everyday work and research is what محاولون is, I hope, going to be about. And this, I'm introducing today's session, but I'm actually leaving the project, or I will be there, but very much on the wings. And I'm handing it over next year to a group of 3 people, 2 of whom were part of the core group, Ahmed Negi and Ahmed Shawty, as well as Jennifer Evans, who some of you may know from as the cultural editor of Meda Masr, and also as the director, one of the directors of Nile Sunset Annex, a gallery space. She probably would characterize it differently than that. But I'm very excited about what they're going to do. They've already been working. They already know a great deal about contemporary art in Egypt, and more than that, they're, I think, asking new questions and difficult questions and interesting questions. So this is, I'm not going to go on for too long, but this is what محاولون is about, and I'm so glad that you all came tonight. And I will let Ahmed Shawqi take over from here and just give you a very quick 5-minute description of the website, so that if you are interested, that you can follow up.
مساء الخير. يلا مساء الخير، انا احمد شوقي. ده الانترفيس بتاع الويب سايت بتاعنا محاولون، وهو عباره عن مخزن للابحاث بتاعتنا، بنعتبره مخزن بنحط عليه الابحاث بتاعتنا. وزي ما انتم شايفين في الابحاث باللغه العربيه على اليمين والانجليزي على الشمال. الابحاث عندنا بتصب في 3 اتجاهات. اول اتجاه هو الارشيف، والارشيف ده بيكون بيضم كل الوثائق اللي بنحصل عليها من خلال ابحاثنا. تاني حاجه المصادر او البيبليوجرافي، ودي المصادر والمراجع اللي بنقابلها وبنجيب منها ابحاثنا، سواء كانت الماده كتب او مقالات على الانترنت او الخ. فدي تاني حاجه. تالت حاجه التايم لاين او موجز عن تاريخ الفنون البصريه في او الفنون الحدثيه في مصر والفن المعاصر. ده الموجز ده بنطلع بيه من ابحاثنا، وزي ما انتم شايفين هو ده، واحنا شغالين عليه لسه. والثلاث فروع دول طول الوقت بيتطوروا، طول ما في ابحاث بتتحط على الويب سايت، فهي مش ماده ثابته، هي ماده قابله للتطوير طول الوقت. بس شكرا.